Hello everybody, I'm Jalen, and finally I am able to attempt hardcore mode on Minecraft Bedrock. And I've really been looking forward to this actually, and my goal going in is to survive 100 days, playing pretty safe and just building up a little area, and if I'm able to achieve that, then I will look into trying to beat the dragon. And for the first time in a long time, I'm going into this completely blind, which I'm real excited for. I've always been one to search out a seed beforehand, which I would still prefer for a long-term world, but I thought hardcore is a good time to go in blind, so I'm going to spend the first handful of days here just being a bit of a nomad and seeing what I have to work with and exploring the area a bit and try to get as many basic materials as possible. I'll also be focusing on gearing up quite a bit faster than I do on my Let's Play, and I gotta say I'm looking forward to just playing a little different. So yeah, by the end of this episode, I would like to have diamond armor and have a little starter base going and find out where I want to be based out of. So yeah, I'm excited to get started on day 0 here and do the early Minecraft grind. Got my wooden pickaxe made to get chipping away at some stone, and I was pleasantly distracted by a couple sheep over here nice and early on day 1, so I'll always take that, even though I still need one more to have my bed made. But it's always the biggest stress of day 1 is making sure you get your bed made, so good start on that. But then I got going on mining a little stone here, just enough to get all my stone tools made and a furnace and have just a little bit on me for my early adventures here. And then I'm really looking forward to doing this blind exploration here. I haven't done this in a long time, so first thing I wanted to do was get a nice high point so I can kind of see what my surroundings are here. Getting some food and some wood along the way. Yeah, I made my way to the top, found my 3rd sheep, so I'll have a bed on night 1, which is nice. And it looks like we've got a pretty cool area here. This is actually a really cool little island down here in the middle of this lake, and yeah, it just seems like some worlds just don't seem like they're going to have cool generation, and some do, and this one's seeming pretty good. This is pretty cool down here. Kind of boxy, and I've actually noticed a little bit of that in this world as I've explored. Different than other worlds I've played. And yeah, I got a spruce forest over here, which I don't want to build in for this, since that's kind of where I've been in my Let's Play world, but I do see a village over there, so we will make our way over there. First, I wanted to head down to this little valley we got down here and just try to get stocked up on some of the essentials, mainly food. But it was getting close to nighttime, and I thought the village would be a good place to end, so we went through this cool little canyon here, and yeah, this is actually a pretty cool village as well. Not very efficient as far as travel for the villagers, but definitely a cool looking village. And I was almost thinking of just trying to take over a village for these 100 days, and I probably will do that sometime, but for this Let's Play I decided to kind of go against that. But yeah, if I was to do that, this would be a fun one. It'd be challenging, but something like this is pretty cool. Try to make it a little more functional, but for now, I'm just going to spend a day raiding the place. I will say there was not much to be found in the houses at all. No blacksmith or anything, so nothing too valuable in that aspect, but still always nice to just get that early little stock of wheat and a few different vegetables. And I had to do this, and I actually felt really bad. I won't even show the finishing act, but I needed some string. Get myself a bundle made here, and I'll go into these a little more later, but after using them a bit and getting used to them, I'm finding them to be game-changing, especially in the early game. They're a really nice addition. But I just kept kind of raiding the area up here, found some easy access iron and coal in this cool little cave coming out to this view of the dark oak forest, which is where I want to go check out here next. But I figured I better chop a few spruce trees while I'm here in case I don't find spruce wherever I end up being. But yeah, I wanted to make my way to the other side of the river here. So slowly but surely made my way down. Definitely scary and hardcore, especially this, but I like to live dangerously. Ooh yeah. Using waterfalls, always a nice way to get up a steep hillside here. And yeah, this was actually a pretty cool little meadow, I thought. Nice blend of different flowers up here, and it goes all the way over the top of those hills. Pretty cool area. And all along my travels here, I've been going off to the side every now and then and just chopping little wood and stocking up, getting some saplings. And if you can't tell, I'm sleeping through the night as early as possible. Unlike my other worlds where I'm known to stay up through the nights, I'm definitely just trying to play this as safe as I can. And those who watch my Let's Play know I am prone to die every now and then, but I do feel if I just stay focused, I think I can make this work. I know my areas I can improve on. But yeah, I saw a village down here, so started making my way towards that, and found some pumpkins along the way. And this was another cool little village built into a hillside. This one a little more practical than the other one. It's always nice finding a library early on, and I actually decided to temporarily move in here for a second just to empty things out, get a little organized. And yeah, here's a good example of how handy the bundles are. Shows you how many inventory slots it opened up for me. And yeah, you don't want to throw away those 8 sugarcane or 11 saplings in the early days, so it's nice to have the bundle to just let those pile up when you're getting going. We started this day off by just raiding this village, and once again, not much of value to be found in any of the houses here. I did get some carrots though to add to my veggies, which is nice. And yeah, that's the island that we saw from the top of the hill earlier. This is definitely a pretty cool little area down here and cool village. Then I saw this village in the distance and some acacia wood over here. And once I got over here, there's a jungle over there, so I've found the 6 main wood types already, which is a nice find. And this is another pretty cool village with some cool formation around it. So I spent the rest of the day just raiding this area a little bit. Then I realized that, a lot like the other village, this has a cool little island in the middle of a lake too, with this cool hill behind, and definitely a cool village. So I decided I was gonna move into the acacia one instead. I just liked the area better, so I came back and cleared everything out of the trunk over here. I did go ahead and leave my first tools and first finds of a few things just for fun, in case I'm in this world a while. It'd be cool to have those saved somewhere. Made my way back and picked a house to move into right on the water here, and got transferring my items. Once again, the bundles coming in handy. And then I decided it'd probably be a good idea to try to take advantage of some of this exposed stone up here, even though they're not the tallest hills in the world, but figured I'd just go up here and spend the day mining, trying to get some iron built up so I can armor up at least. And I was really wishing there was more exposed iron, but there was a little bit to work with, but definitely would like to find some stony peaks, because then you can really stock up on some iron. But yeah, I worked up here the whole day, slept through the night, and kept back at it. My goal was to get a stack of iron, but I quit a little bit early. But yeah, there's our little island down there, so we have another little island to work with, and just a cool area here. I'm looking forward to settling in a little bit. Got our iron cooking there, and get organized a little bit. Get our first set of armor made here, and definitely makes me feel a little bit safer. Not safe enough, though. I don't plan on wearing this for very long. I do want to get diamond armor as soon as possible for this, but yeah, I thought I'd explore this area, and it's a very unique area, I'm realizing, because we've got jungle wood, dark oak, and spruce over there, along with a bunch of birch and oak and the acacia right behind me here. So we've got all the 6 wood types in this general area, which is pretty uncommon. I'm realizing it's a really small little acacia biome, actually, but yeah, I like the idea of this little lake here and this island in the middle. And at this point, I was almost thinking that was going to be where I was going to settle, but then I decided to head over here and realize that this cave goes all the way under here, which I feel like this kind of generation doesn't happen too often, where it goes all the way under this big tunnel and keeps on going. I did clear out a little bit to try to follow the river here, and it was a pretty cool little river, just nice and enclosed with the dark oak and the spruce. Pretty cool area. And then I came up to this wall here and wanted to see what was on the other side, and this area really grabbed my attention. I really like this hill over here with the dark oak and the waterfall and the land in front, and the fact that it opens up to a big ocean here. Definitely a pretty cool area, and I decided I'm just gonna pick this spot and settle. I went ahead and cleared some land so that the river would flow all the way to the ocean here, and then I went ahead and made my way out to scout the area, and definitely some cool generation over here. Very unique area. Got some acacia right over there and spruce right over here. You don't see that very often, I don't feel like. But yeah, I think this is a cool view, cool generation, so I'm looking forward to moving in here. And I like the way this river kind of splits these two little islands, and this hole is just asking for a little mine, I'm thinking, which I'll jump into here in just a second. But yeah, I think taking over these two little spits of land is going to be a cool place to live. So I went ahead and put my chest down, made my way back, and once again transferred all my materials from the acacia village out there. And here's a perfect example of how cool the bundle is. I got all of this into my inventory, plus what I already had on me. So, and that's just with 3 bundles, and I didn't even fill them all the way up. Definitely a useful addition. And then I upgraded to iron tools for the first time, and that's going to come in handy because we're going to do some mining here. I really want to get diamond armor, and I'm just making it a mission to not come up from the mines until I have it. So I'm going to make my way down to level -54. And like I said, I thought this little hole back here was just kind of calling my name to build a mine. We'll come and decorate it later. Go ahead and sleep the day away, since it'll be the last time we know it's nighttime for a while. And I just got heading down to -54. We actually opened up into a nice little lava lake down here, which is pretty handy early on to have access to, so we'll take that. And we found our first couple diamonds here pretty easily, but it was a while before we would find some more. You'll watch the stone build up in the chest there. And my plan was to just do strip mining, nice and safe. Good way to do some hardcore mining. And I was finding a few materials here and there, but diamonds just were not showing up. And I kept going and opened up into another lava lake, this one quite big, and this is actually a pretty cool little cave here. Thought I'd go ahead and step out a little bit just to see what we got here, and opened up into this, but I didn't want to attack this at all at the moment. And that's exactly why. I shouldn't have been standing right next to that exposed lava there like that anyway, but yeah, this is my first close call of this world, and definitely really hit me to realize this is for real and the stakes are different. Because I would already be upset if I died, just because I've got plans I want to get going here. So I went back to the strip mining, just kind of going off, branching off different directions. Go ahead and get some gravel while I was down here as well, but yeah, you can see all the stone I've gone through. I've done lots of mining and didn't find any diamonds in that way, and it was just getting annoying. So I went and got this lava out of the way and decided I was going to go ahead and risk this cave, so I just lit it up as quick as possible here. Luckily there weren't too many mobs at this point to get it kind of mainly lit up, and there were definitely some exposed diamonds. It does seem to be the better way to go, even if it's a lot less safe. I did end up having to fight some mobs, and most of the time I would just run back to my little mine here and make them chase me, so it was just easier to kill them all. I'm not trying to get cornered. This was a close call here. But yeah, definitely once I started caving, I was finding the diamonds a lot faster. Lesson learned, but like I said, it's a risk you take because it's not quite as safe, but I was lighting up things along the way and just making sure that they weren't going to catch me from behind, and successful little trip. But I had to make my way up just to restock on some coal for torches and a little bit of food. And I was still a few diamonds short, but I decided I was just going to mine in a straight line until I found them. And I just kept on going, and as anticlimactic as it is, I lost the clip of me finding them, but you can see just how far I went. But I did find a nice little vein of 7, which were the only 7 diamonds I found as far as strip mining went, and you can see all the stone we went through, so caving is definitely the way to go. But yeah, had enough to get my armor made here, and that feels really good. Now I feel a lot safer, and I do plan on working towards getting them upgraded from here, but even just plain diamond armor will make a huge difference this early on. But yeah, went ahead and grabbed a bunch of the stone and brought it up to the top with me because I will be wanting some for my builds here. Got organized a little bit, and I realizing now that I accidentally cooked all my potatoes, so I'm going to need to find some uncooked potatoes somewhere. But before we got building our starter base here, I was going to need a little more wood, definitely oak wood mainly. That's what I'm planning on building out of, just because the dark oak would blend with the area too much. But I do end up using quite a bit of dark oak anyway. But yeah, I got this island cleared off and slept the night away, and my plan is to have the big island here kind of be my base of operations with my fields and my starter base, which I want to have kind of back here in the corner here. So we're just going to get going. I want to point out a unexpected change in this series and any hardcore series I do compared to my Let's Play world is I'm unable to have a creative copy of this world, so I'm not able to just go into a creative copy and kind of test things out, and it actually makes it pretty tough for thumbnails, I'll be honest. But yeah, so this is going to be different in that I'm not able to plan as much as I am in my Let's Play world, so I'm totally freestyling here, which I'm actually really enjoying, at least for the moment. There will be times that I miss being able to take that step back in creative. It's something I've really gotten accustomed to in my Let's Play world, and it does really help with your building to do that. But I'll try to take what I've learned and just bring it with me into this world and see what we can do. So I went and extended the different sections to different heights, and I'm trying to have the boxes meet up at different angles than I usually would. Make it a little wonkier, even though they're still just squares and rectangles. But yeah, I got going on the patio out here, and I did decide I was going to go with dark oak for the trim. Blends in with the area, but it does look nice. I did some terraforming, brought the land up to meet the level of the house here. And then I did some basic getting the interior figured out. It's going to be kind of hard, like I said, just the way I have the different sections meeting up, but it'll be fun. And for the roofs, I was trying to go with these kind of flatter angled roofs and just have them going in different directions, even though they're at the same angles, but just have them meet up differently, and I think it ends up looking really good, and definitely a lot easier than the roofs I usually make. And yeah, I think that's a cool little style, actually, kind of townhousey in a way, but like I said, they're a lot easier than the roofs I'm used to doing, so I'm going to kind of go with that theme for this area here and just make it a little easy on myself. And I took a view out from the ocean, and yeah, it's not a huge base by any means, but I think it fits in nicely. As I want the hill behind to still look big, so I think it looks pretty good. So we're committing and going to do some details here. I'm just going to let it roll for a second. And this was as dark as I had let it get up to this point, and I didn't like it. I'll be honest, I was scared to wake up. But it's coming together here slowly but surely. I think the texture really makes a difference, and just getting some more structure in there. And in the interior here, spent a little time just making it make a little more sense, and we're just going to do a before and after. Just extended some walls and put in some arches and changed some materials up, but we got this as a place we'll be able to live. Took the whole day to do that. And I just kept on going with some details. Fighting with drowns probably isn't the smartest idea, I'm well aware. They were just being a nuisance when I was trying to get some leaves on the outside here. But as usual, just getting a little bit of greenery added in really brought the build up to the next level. And I'm pretty happy to move in here, so we spent this day just transferring from the chests outside and moving things in. And ended the day by going around with some torches in the rainstorm so I could see how things were getting lit up, and finally made my area a little bit safer on day 30 in a hardcore world. Shows how smart I play sometimes. Even though I will say I'm pretty proud of myself, I have been playing pretty smart so far. Until this point. You thought he was going to get me, didn't you? No, I don't know why I felt compelled to do that, though. I shouldn't be doing those kind of things, even though it is nice getting a trident. But yeah, our base is looking really cool from over here, and I am going to be building over here, and I'm going to need to get a bridge going across, so I went ahead and got going on that. Starting by figuring out how I want to have the path laid out up here. And as usual, just getting the path put in really establishes the area, I feel like. So I just got bridging across here. I wanted to just have a nice simple bridge, but I do like to put a little arch in, so just created that and went with the dark oak trim to match the area and end up with a cool enough looking little bridge. Definitely expands the base. And speaking of expanding things, thought I'd get going on my farm down here, my little crop fields, mainly just because I want to make sure I got plenty of food. I probably should have done this earlier, to be honest. But yeah, I got nice little shape. Just got these 3 little plots figured out. Figured wheat, carrots, and potatoes, even though I don't have any potatoes at this point. But nice little field of the basics. And it really adds a lot to the area. And it'll just be nice having quick, easy food. Then to finish things off, I wanted to put just a little bit of work into the interior of the base here. Just make it a little more comfortable to live in. And I like the open floor plan we got going in here, even though it's got all the different squares or rectangles coming together. I think it ends up looking kind of cool. I actually finished by just doing a little border on the outside, just some leaves and oak fences, just because it's always nice to create a little border, separate things a little bit, and we'll slowly but surely detail this whole little island, but I feel like I've got a really good start on things here. My first ever hardcore world, day 34. Got a nice starter base figured out. I think it looks really cool from this angle over here especially, and I just like that it's a slightly different style than I've ever really built in. I think it looks really cool. Just the difference of the roofs is really the main thing. And yeah, I just like the backdrop of the big hill, and we'll expand this island out here a little bit. And I plan on having this island kind of be filled with a little mini village and just have some villagers running around, essentially a villager trading hall. And that's kind of my goal for the 100 days almost, is just build this area up a little bit. And like I said, if I get to 100 days at that point, I'll start thinking about doing the dangerous things like beating the dragon and all of that stuff. But I'm going to keep it pretty safe until then, just because I want to make this happen. I'm really liking the idea of hardcore and just being in a new world. I've been in the same Let's Play world for a very long time and just trying something different. So, yeah, I hope you like it, and let me know in the comments if it's something I should keep doing. Don't get me wrong, I'll still be playing plenty of my Let's Play world, but yeah, as always, I appreciate you all for coming, and have a good day.